FilmBusters.
Ben and Adam, Quentin Tarantino. He's making a new Star Trek film. Apparently. What do you think?
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe that.
Apparently he's had meetings.
He wouldn't do it.
Unless he could kill everybody in the world.
This is true.
I don't honestly know how he's going to do it. Apparently he's saying people are saying it's going to be 18 rated. Patrick Stewart's saying he wants to be Picard in it.
Picard?
Yeah.
You mean Pritchard? Oh no, his name is Picard.
It's
yeah.
Picard.
Pritchard. Yeah, no, Picard. That doesn't sound like it's a real name, though, does it?
Some Welsh captain.
I don't believe that he will do it because he was meant to do an entry in the Friday the 13th series once, and there was all this talk that I've forgotten his fucking name. Quentin Tarantino was going to do a Friday the 13th. Nothing happened. He met with producers. It never happened. He'll never do a Star Trek. Never.
Yeah, I honestly think it's absolute rubbish because everything he's done is his own, like, apart from like Django, like taking like kind of source material from it, but
yeah,
it just wouldn't sit well with me.
I would love it because it's Tarantino. I'll just watch it anyway.
So just anything Tarantino.
Anything Tarantino. Adam loves it. He'll have the T-shirt.
Loves it.
He'll have the T-shirt immediately.
Adam, you sound very feminine. Okay, yeah. So, but I don't think it's going to happen, man.
Yeah, it won't happen. It won't happen. I can't see it happen either.
No,
and I don't want it to happen.
I don't. It would make no sense.
You still go watch it though.
I would watch it if he released it.
Yeah. Would you rather he did a Star Trek or a Star Wars?
Star Wars. I think there's more to work with.
Yes, I think so.
But I care about Star Wars more than I care about Star Trek, so I don't care if he ruins it. I don't have high expectations. If he did Star Wars, it'd be too high expectations. He'd have to meet them.
That's how much faith you've got in Tarantino, right?
That's true.
Pesci's back. Alright.
Right, we've had enough of that. Jurassic World trailer. We see that? Have we seen it?
It looks shit.
Saw it. What do you think, first of all?
Okay, I'm going by me watching Jurassic World and absolutely loving it, right? And I know the trailer. This trailer looks rubbish. There's nothing in that trailer that is exciting or anything. We've seen it all before. But the interesting thing is that apparently the director of it has said that everything in the trailer is actually only in the first 40 minutes of the film. And he doesn't want to show people what happens after that.
That's kind of interesting. Because most of the time you see a trailer like that nowadays, and it's the whole fucking film.
Exactly, because
already.
that's what it looks like. The place blowing up. It's like, what else can happen?
Unless Chris Pratt dies on the 40-minute mark, I don't give a fuck though.
The thing is, though, it looks like a lot of stuff just thrown together.
It does.
It doesn't really look anything good, and it looks like there's a lot of product placement in it, and it just looks very shit.
What products did you see in
another Budweiser. They kept zooming up on everything at Budweiser.
Oh yeah, Budweiser all over that damn trailer, man.
Yeah,
Stuck to the side of the dinosaur.
Sponsored by...
Stuck on the side, little T-Rex in his little hands, 2 cans of Budweiser.
What?
That's interesting.
Well, what would you say if I said that Sam Neill's been spotted on set?
Cameo.
What's his name in it as well?
Yeah.
Goldblum.
Yeah, Goldblum. He's in it.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Well, they were in 4 together, so they must be best friends.
Who was in
Sam
4
Neill?
together?
Jeff Goldblum and Sam Neill.
Sam Neill was in 4?
Yeah.
Where?
That's who? I haven't seen it. I didn't realise he was in it.
They play. There's a little play that happens.
Oh, he was in it. He was in it.
He plays Odin, and the other guy plays.
I forgot he was in it. Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah, it's the first time they've been in a film together since Jurassic World.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Well, but does that excite you? Sam Neill being in it? Bring it back to its roots.
It's just a bit of a gimmick.
Yeah, it is a bit of a
It'll be a
gimmick.
cameo.
It is. I just have a lot of hope for this film because of the first one, but I guess we know from sequels that never happens anyway.
So to be clear, you Paul, and you, Adam, have both seen the first Jurassic one. What's it called? Jurassic World?
Yeah, Jurassic World.
And you enjoyed it?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Tell me. Oh, no, don't even tell me. I'm not watching it because Chris Pratt can't act. He's annoying in everything. Even in that trailer, he's massively annoying. Do you want to tell you something about that trailer? Do you want me to tell you something about that? You know, there's a bit in it where he comes running out of the jungle and he goes, run, run, and then all of these dinosaurs come out after him. Run! They try and...
How can he outrun a dinosaur?
Yeah, for one thing, exactly. But also, you know what? When you see that scene in the movie, I guarantee you that scene's played for laughs. And they try and play it serious in the trailer.
Yeah, probably.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't like Chris Pratt as a person. Or as an actor.
I detest him. Yeah. Well, forget it. Save your money. Don't put it in his pocket. Stay away from that film. Jeff Goldblum is the only good thing about it, and all he's doing is repeating lines from fucking Jurassic Park.
It's true. It's true. They just got him in just to say that line. It's like,
I know.
We're done with. We'll give you your $1 million.
And I love Jeff Goldblum, but he's not being given the good roles. Anyway.
Yes. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Okay. There's some pictures recently released of Taron Egerton, the guy from The Kingsman, that young little chavvy boy.
Yes.
In the Robin Hood role.
Oh my days. Oh my god.
It was said that this film, unlike the others, it's going to be a more gritty take on the story, starring Jamie Foxx.
Really? Oh, okay. I like to.
Oh, he's going to go see it.
So you'll go and see it because Jamie Foxx is in it and there's a chav in it.
No, I'm not going to go see it because of whatever.
Well, you got a little froggy in your throat there, son. Clear that out your throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this story's been done too many times. I mean, look at the Russell Crowe one. Who watched that film?
No, nobody. There's two good films. There's the Kevin Costner one and Men in Tights.
Yes, I agree.
If you were a credible actor, then why would you go to Robin Hood? It's been done so many times and everyone's bored of it now.
Because you're going to go and see it.
No, I'm not.
You just said,
Jamie
I might
Foxx.
go and see that, actually. Jamie Foxx is in it.
Yeah, I might, but I probably won't. I wanted to go see King Arthur, but I never went and saw
And
that.
that was
I
a
didn't go
letdown
see
as
that
well.
either.
I watched it. That's what it looks like. It looks like they're trying to do another kind of King Arthur kind of one, and that didn't work. I mean, it was all right, but it was like, seen it before.
It's disappointing. It's Guy Ritchie because that was what was the unique angle about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, this Robin Hood, who's even directing it? Do you know?
I have no idea. Nobody.
It's a nobody. It's a nobody with a nobody cast because Taron Egerton is not a name. He doesn't sell movies yet, does he? Surely.
No, he doesn't. And Kingsman's rubbish. Adam loves it, but I don't. Don't you, Adam?
Kingsman's good.
I've only heard about it, and the ending sounds far too offensive.
Yes, that is what ruined the whole film for me.
Is it really?
Yes, it ruined it.
Did it really?
It did.
Oh, good. Wait, Adam, I bet you thought it was hilarious.
You guys just need to cheer up a little bit. And
He sounds so cheerful.
Exactly, says the man who looks like sounds like he's about to commit himself in 2 minutes' time. Commit suicide, not commit himself. I fucked up that whole thing. Anyway.
Right, let's move on.
But anyway, that film will be awful.
Yeah, it will. I'm not even going to go see it. No, we're talking about Ready Player One. Seen that trailer?
Yeah.
It's a new Steven Spielberg film.
I didn't even realise it was Spielberg.
Looks like Wreck-It Ralph.
yeah, it's either going to be really good or a load of shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's got, in the trailer, we've got the Back to the Future car, Iron Giant, the Joker, Harlequin, and Deathstroke are in there, King Kong, some Tron bikes. So they're just throwing everything in there, aren't they? Anything that Warner Brothers own.
Some of that passed me
Good
by.
bit of fun.
I didn't realise that. I didn't see the Back to the Future car.
You must have seen the
I
car.
didn't.
It's at the very beginning. It's like obvious.
Then I must not have even been
It's
watching
the car
out
he
for
gets
it.
into.
All it looks what Tintin?
It's the
that
car
what you said?
he gets into.
It's into.
The car he gets into.
Oh right. It's called Tintin.
What's the Back to the Future car?
Oh man. Sorry, I totally got the wrong end of that stick. Yeah, but that's...
It's called Tintin.
I don't know, it just... Do you know what they should do? It all looked a little too safe. It would be good, that would be a good movie if it was like Grand Theft Auto, the movie.
No, I'd hate it. Grand Theft Auto,
That's
the
a
movie.
completely different
Grand Theft
angle.
Auto,
Well,
the
how's it a
movie.
different angle?
Because like Grand Theft Auto was about murder and rape and like push prostitutes off bridges. That looks a bit of fun for the family.
Exactly. So that's something that only we could enjoy because this plays it too safe. We've seen it before. We've got Tron, so why do we need that?
Yeah. It just is like another Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It
It's
Ralph.
the same thing.
Well,
It's going to be...
I
it's not going to be good.
No.
That's my opinion right now. I don't think it's going to be good.
it won't be very good.
It's
Are
for
you
the
going to see it,
kids.
Adam?
It's for the kids.
Don't know, probably not.
Well,
We should all go together and sit and do a podcast.
Oh,
on it.
that'd
We
be
should.
lovely, wouldn't it? That'd be
That's
wonderful.
a great idea. It's almost
that would be
if a group of people started a podcast talking about films, that'd be great.
it'd be totally marvelous.
That'd be a
especially
brilliant
the one
idea.
who's suicidal.
Talking about films on a podcast. What a brilliant idea.
But our boyfriend is in it. We must bring attention to the fact that our boyfriend is in that film. So that is one redeeming
Who?
thing.
Who's our boyfriend?
We've all got one boyfriend.
I don't even
That
know.
we all.
Who's in that film?
He was also in Rogue One,
Hmm?
and he was also in a very lovely TV show called Bloodline.
Oh, what? Oh, yeah, of
Ben
course he is. Of course
Mendelsohn
he
is
is.
in it.
Yeah, I forgot who's in it. I forgot I saw him. Yeah, he is. He is our boyfriend, isn't he? He's a good boy.
Yes.
He's a good
So we
boy.
should go and watch that.
Yeah, that's the only reason. We do
Yeah.
it to put money in his
Okay.
pocket, that's all.
Let's go and support Ben
Yeah, we'll support Ben.
Mendelsohn.
Ben.
Lovely Ben. We'll go and watch it for Ben. And we'll all cheer when Ben comes, and as soon as he
Beautiful
dies,
Ben.
we'll leave the cinema.
Yes, that's immediately.
Like you did with.
Straight
Can we
away.
talk about Godzilla and Brian Croissant?
Brian Croissant.
Brian Croissant.
Little in joke for the
From that
podcasters.
beautiful TV show Breaking Bad. Brian Croissant.
Yeah.
Right.
Shall we get to the meat and potatoes
let's
of this
get
thing?
to the meat and potatoes of this thing. Star Wars: The
Go
Last
on.
Jedi. Should we do a non-spoiler review first? Just saying what we felt about what we felt about the plot. If it was
Why
lacking,
not?
just go for it. Go on, Ben. Go straight in.
No. Let's not do me first. Let's do because I'm not a Star Wars massive fan.
No, but I want to know. I want you to go first because I know Paul's opinion and.
Okay. All right. So. Just so that anyone who's listening to this also knows, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. I don't hate them, but I don't get all excited about them like Adam massively does.
He does.
So he's like a diehard, and I don't really care too much. That being said, like
Ben doesn't care about anything.
it's true, I'm a nihilist. A week ago, I watched The Force Awakens and I loved it. I cried at the end, and then I bought the Rogue One. That's the happiest Adam's been the whole podcast. He loves my misery. And then I bought the Rogue One Blu-ray. And I really didn't like Rogue One. It was no good. No good. I slammed the door because I was that angry. Just like that. I slammed the door. Bang.
Got some sound effects going on.
I know. So then I went into this film like not knowing what to expect. And I gotta say, I really loved it.
Oh wow! Look
Did
at
you?
that.
I really loved it.
Unexpected.
What, more than The Force Awakens?
Maybe, yeah. Yes, yeah, I think so.
Is it because old Lukey Skywalker was in there? Is that why?
There was a little Skywalker, but I mean, there was a lot to like in it. There was like the relationships.
There's a lot
were-
of nostalgia and.
There was nostalgia, but it kind of felt like it was doing its own thing. Like the first, like Force Awakens was like kind of like a remake. It felt like a Star Wars movie that I'd already
Yeah.
seen, whereas this was totally doing its own thing. It was nice to see Luke Skywalker, get to spend some time with him, and like we got
First time in like 30 years in cinema.
yeah, and he was actually like he was a good character. He was done well. It was like Luke Skywalker 30 years later. It wasn't like because Han Solo in Force Awakens, it was a little bit like you're kind of playing him just for comedy value.
Yeah, I
You
agree
know,
with that.
but Luke Skywalker, it actually felt like
Actually had a
really had been
story
there.
arc.
He had a story arc, and you cared about all the other characters. Forget Luke Skywalker as well. Like all the other characters, you actually sort of cared about the little things they were doing. So that was cool, and it was like a good.
What about Finn and Rose? Did you care about that subplot? That was kind of very pointless. The whole overall thing of the film.
Okay, well, before I give my opinion, then what did you think about the whole film?
I'm very confused.
As
Okay.
as per usual.
I love it and I hate it all at the same time.
Why?
I don't know
Why
what to
do
say about
you? Why do you hate it? First of all,
Because I feel like a lot of the plot could have been avoided if they just spoke to each other. If that woman had just told everybody else what was going on, then they wouldn't have sent those people out to go find Benedict. Then they
Benedict,
wouldn't
you
have
mean
got a border
Benicio?
there.
Benedict. I was thinking.
Benedict del Toro.
Yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch turns up. Yeah, yeah, they wouldn't have gone out to find him. Then they wouldn't have got aboard the other ship, and then they wouldn't have found out what was happening, and they could have all escaped easily. And then they've been sitting on the planet all happily, and no one would come in to attack any of them.
This is very true.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say this is a spoiler review yet, because that was very brief, and I don't think it spoils any of the plot. But I agree.
I guess
totally
it doesn't
agree with
spoil
Adam.
much of the plot. Well, hang on. Maybe we should just go. Maybe we should just kind of say, like, if you're worried about spoilers, you need to turn off now because.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of think we're going to naturally talk about spoilers,
let's just
right?
say spoiler from now. Come on, let's do it.
Spoiler from now.
Spoiler from now.
Yeah.
Go
Luke
for it.
Skywalker
Yeah.
dies.
Admiral
does.
Ackbar dies.
And it was the most boring way ever.
Why?
Ah.
It was.
He found peace
boring.
with himself. He found peace within the Force.
Oh, do I
and he
care?
he restored peace, and then he could die happily.
I wish that they shot him to death.
Well, I was glad after they shot him. They turned the guns on him so much, and when he was still
I was glad
alive,
he was
I was
still
like,
alive.
"Well, hang on a minute." I was like, I didn't want him to die like that, obviously, but it was also like, "Well, hang on, you're changing the game entirely then, because what are you saying that Jedi's can just never die?" Because that's
Yeah,
what they were
yeah.
saying at that point.
No, but he could set up a force field.
Yeah, but but then you could.
But he wasn't even there, to be fair.
Well, I know that's the point. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
see,
So
I
I'm
would
glad.
have
I'm glad
That was a very good bit.
much preferred it if instead of disappearing on that stone he was sitting on, if they did an Obi-Wan Kenobi thing where he disappears when what's his face, boring Kylo Ren chopped him in half with a lightsaber,
Yeah,
and he fell to the
yeah.
ground then.
Did you like Kylo Ren, Ben?
No,
He's a very moany teenager about his
exactly.
story
Yeah,
arc at
he
the moment.
is. Like
He could be very good. He could be very good.
exactly, man.
But he's very moany teenager.
This is
and
interesting.
very
I think we
like-
all actually kind of agree because that's my biggest problem with the film is that after he kills Snoke, it's like, well,
Snoke
then
was like one of the best characters in
yeah,
it.
you need
And then
that
just
was a
got rid of
villain.
him like in the blink of an eye.
I know,
Yes.
just like that.
Totally
And it's
agree.
like Kylo Ren is like that he's too much of a pussy to really be a big villain here for us.
He's got too much of a vendetta against everybody else, and he's not going to be focused on that. He's focused on his own personal gain rather than.
yeah.
It's like, what are they going to do
Anything
now? We clearly wanted to know Snoke's backstory. Like, why is his face all messed up? Why is his head so big?
Yeah.
on
Who
top
is
of
he?
his
Well, no, I didn't
shoulders?
worry. I wasn't bothered about that.
I
didn't,
was.
you don't need to know.
No, I
that.
do.
I like a little
Because he-
backstory.
It'd be quite nice to know where he came from.
But he couldn't do anything from that chair anyway. He was some weak old man.
Exactly. And why is he a weak old man with a beat up face?
Well, he's like the Emperor. The Emperor didn't do nothing, remember?
Yeah, he got electrocuted.
And died. Yeah.
No, but that's how he
But-
turned. That's how he turned all white and gruesome, didn't he? Because he got
I
electrocuted
know,
or
but
something.
we like a little mystery. We didn't need to know how Snoke's got that
What
way.
about Rey's parents thing? Are
Okay.
you annoyed by that whole storyline that she could actually just be nothing?
Well,
Does that mean that anyone in the world can be a Jedi? Anyone in the whole universe can be a Jedi?
Well,
yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Because if-
I'm with that. I'm down with that.
was it just me, right? Or do you know at the end where that little boy came out?
Yeah.
That was all pointless and annoyed me.
But did he levitate the broom towards his hand?
He's a little Jedi.
Did he levitate the broom towards his hand?
Yeah, he definitely did.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
definitely.
Yeah, okay, I thought I just
So
saw
it's
that.
no, he definitely did. It's meant to tell you that there's more out there, and it doesn't
Yeah.
matter about your lineage and wherever you come from. Anyone could be a Jedi. And look, I don't even really care about that sort of stuff,
No,
man. It's
no.
it's Jedi thing.
What did you
But it was
think
nice.
about the whole bit when Leia was floating around in space?
Well, here's the thing, right?
They'd ruined that bit. That bit there was just like, what the fuck is happening?
But they
here?
should have. Like, I was super confused because before I literally knew nothing about this movie before going in. I assumed that Carrie Fisher wasn't even in it because I didn't. If I thought about it,
She filmed nearly all of her part before she died.
Well,
because she wanted to get it all done before she went back to America.
well, they somehow
apparently.
did well to get her all in it.
So none of it was CGI.
Yeah.
None of all the bits in the film were the films she'd already previously filmed, and they didn't cut any scenes or add anything. They were all there. But I think
I didn't even know she
they
was
should
going to
have
be.
left. I think they should have left her. Do you know when the lady went back on the spaceship and she sent it through hyperspace
Yeah,
into the other one?
yeah.
They should have put Leia on that ship, and she should have made that sacrifice, and that would have been a good ending.
True, I
But
agree.
I don't think they would
Yeah.
kill off someone
That would
who's
have been a nice
dead.
way to end it and finish it off with her.
But I just thought it
But
was
now-
weird that they chose not to kill her off at any point in that movie because they know they can't bring her back. So what the fuck are they going to do now?
And they also bring up this massive plot of where she could be a Jedi herself, and now they're not ever going to explain it unless they bring her back in stupid CGI.
Oh yeah, I know. No, well, yeah, I know. It depends where they're going to go with this third film. It depends what they're going to do. Like maybe they're going to kill off the entire cast.
And I feel like who cares about this other film if it's Kylo Ren leading it?
Yeah, I agree. Because I kind of thought Kylo Ren, in the first film, I thought he was a bit of a pussy, but we're going to just sort of see him getting like the heart of stone and go nuts. But actually, all that happened in this film was he just threw a massive fucking tantrum at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's no villain. He really isn't. And it doesn't feel like he's got any cards that he can play in the third film.
I don't think he can make up his
against the
mind
rebels.
either.
And what?
He can't make up his mind. It's like,
No,
should I
no.
be good? Oh, should I join this team? Oh, what should I do? Oh,
I know.
I don't want to kill my mum. Oh,
I know.
And it's all from a misunderstanding, basically, that he's gone bad.
Yeah. But it was. But see, I kind of liked that. I kind of liked the blurring because there was this sort of blur between good and bad, which this is why I liked it, because I did like the film. I loved it. I didn't like Kylo Ren. That was the big thing for me. But I liked the whole. Like Luke was kind of to blame for him. It wasn't that Kylo Ren was just bad. Luke was kind of to blame for the way he was, and like there was a lot of these things in there. Like people aren't quite good, but they're not quite bad. Like Benicio del Toro's character, I like that sort of stuff. That was good.
Frankie Four Fingers. He's got a problem with gambling, that kid, hasn't he?
Who's Frankie Four Fingers?
Snatch.
From Snatch.
Oh right.
The best thing he's been in. The best thing
you always
he's been
quote
in.
Snatch. Even when we're talking Star Wars, you're quoting Snatch and reference Snatch. Were you annoyed like I was by Benicio del Toro's Twitch?
Yeah, it was rubbish.
No, I quite like that.
No.
I think it gave his character a bit of personality.
He should
and
have
a bit
been
something
in it.
different.
Go on, sorry.
They should have had Justin through. He should have just stayed on. Bring him back.
I know, man.
Yeah, Justin
Why would
Theroux's
they
character was
go
quite
for
cool.
someone who's not the code breaker?
I know. Why wouldn't they just try again to get the Justin Theroux?
like-
I know they were breaking out of jail.
Did you
but-
see Carrie Fisher's dog in it as well?
No, I heard that her dog was in it. Where was her dog?
Yeah. Do you know when they go to the casino?
Yeah.
There's a dog sitting next to a person at the casino as one of their pets, and that's her dog.
Very good. What a lovely touch.
So cute.
Because she wanted to get her dog in the Force Awakens,
And her daughter.
and they said,
What sort
There's
of
nothing in
diva
it.
is she?
"Well, because she loves her dog. She wanted her dog to be in the films as well."
There's plenty people struggling, hustling in acting studios around the world to make it into a film.
What, dogs?
And that part went to a fucking dog.
That could have been a
I
human
don't think she
sitting
wanted
on
a
the
part
floor.
for a dog. I think she just wanted her dog to be in it somewhere.
That's a
That
sad
could have-
state of
that
affairs.
could have been a
But wait,
human
hang on
with a
minute,
collar
wait.
on and a
Let me
lead.
understand this. So, it's mainly Kylo Ren that you guys don't like.
Yeah. And also, I do feel like a lot of the plot was too unnecessary to the actual.
Mate, welcome to Star Wars. That's why I don't really dig it, because Star Wars is
Yeah.
like that all the time.
It is. A lot of Star Wars plots are just... They're pretty straightforward. There's not much going on. There's one thing they got to do in a film.
And also, I kind of like the whole idea of changing the direction of the film quite a lot, but they did it too much, and it kind of got a bit all over the place towards at some points.
Yeah. But
Like they just kind of.
what do you think
Just
is,
keep it
is
simple.
new? Like, I've stayed away from reviews, but like the top line stuff that I seem to see on Twitter is people saying, "Oh, it's taking massive risks. It's doing new things." Is it? What is it doing that's so massively risky? What's the new direction?
I'm not 100% sure, but it feels like it's not like your Star Wars is kind of like you got your one side, you got your other. They fight each other. It's kind of very. It is very simple. Everything that goes on, even the dialogue that people have during the film is very simple.
Yeah.
But they're mucking around with all that now. They're changing it up all the time in that film. There, I don't know. It did feel a
I know
bit
what they're doing.
not so Star Wars like.
Mm.
They're trying to shove as many annoying animals into that show as they can.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, the
I
porgs.
agree.
The porgs were alright at first, and they were a bit fun. Like, oh, that's quite cute. But when they kind of got a bit too much, and they were kind of all over the chip shop by the end
Those
of it.
fucking Mother
it was just a
Teresa
bit-
aliens. The fuck was going on with
Yeah, that was quite
Yeah,
funny.
I know.
They were quite funny.
No.
And the crystal deers at the end. The crystal deers were
Yeah.
just bad CGI.
Yeah. That was just for them to find a way out.
What did you think of Yoda?
Well,
CGI?
Hated it.
I was super happy to see Yoda. You hated it.
It was quite nice to see
Nah.
Yoda.
It was
back on the
lovely.
screen.
Nah, I was a bit cringy all the way through that scene
Why?
He did look a bit
because
terrible.
they used the old.
He was a pup.
They used the old puppet, and I wasn't
Yeah.
sure about that. It just looked so odd in that whole scene.
Oh, but mate.
And all I could
hang on a
think
minute.
of was
well,
the-
first of all,
Have you seen that? The what's it called? Where they dub Yoda, and him singing about seagulls.
no, I have not.
It's
play
so
it.
funny, and it's so funny, and that's all I could think of when I was watching it.
Yeah, but oh my, I'm surprised. It's surely you want to see the puppet Yoda rather than the CGI one.
I'd rather not see him.
Why? What's wrong with the puppet Yoda?
I don't want to see
Yoda.
either. I don't want to see either Yoda.
It was quite a nice touch, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
liked it.
appreciate the old Yoda in the old film because everything was done puppets and everything was puppets. So it was like I enjoyed it.
Oh
But
man,
him bringing the old puppet into a new film with all CGI things in, it was just like it's just stood
yeah,
out a
but
bit for
he
me.
wasn't like I never even really thought of that at the time because he wasn't like alongside CGI animals at that time, so it kind of worked for me. I liked it. I thought it was very sweet. Cried, didn't it?
And it was all like
Didn't cry. Yeah, I know.
Ben, have you read anything about the Han Solo movie coming up?
No, I don't know nothing about it. Tell me.
So, like, Ron Howard's directing it.
Ron Howard. Oh man.
Childish Gambino's in it as Lando.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, that's good. That's a good call.
Emilia Clarke's in it as well. I don't know the guy who's actually playing Han Solo himself, but
He's a
it
nobody.
seems like it
Yeah,
could be
he's
a
a
nice
nobody.
little...
Which is
No,
probably
no.
better than anything.
Yeah.
Want it to be fresh.
But they need to stop making these side split away films. Just do the trilogy.
See, I'm the opposite.
apparently,
at the moment.
after all of this trilogy, they're making another Star Wars trilogy.
Well, forget. Well, it's just a money maker.
That's got nothing to do with even Skywalkers anymore. It's like the non-Skywalker trilogy.
And Quentin Tarantino's
Just
going to
another
make
part
one.
of the universe.
Quentin Tarantino's gonna make one.
It's going to start.
And everyone's
It's going to
dying
start
in about
aliens
10 minutes of
with
it.
all their feet out.
There's a massive shootout and everyone's dead.
I hate that. Just cut it out. There's lots of new ideas out there. Let me tell you. Can I just say one thing? I really like the film, yeah, and it's only from talking to you that it makes me focus on these few negatives that you've spoken about, which I agree with, but I still overall thought it was good because it was like I thought it was dramatic all the way.
I want to see it again.
You
I feel
thought
like
it was
if I see it
dramatic all
again,
the way, yeah?
Apart from
How about every
when they're
scene that
rac-
General Hux
apart
was in?
from when they're racing horses out of that casino.
Yes. How about General Hux? What do you
yeah,
think of
that's
General Hux?
Dubrovnik.
General Hux.
Yeah. The ginger.
He was really overacting.
And
The
I
actor
hated
was
him
really
in every
overacting.
scene. And when they tried to do that jokey bit at
Dominic
the beginning
Gleeson,
where it's
isn't
like,
it?
this is supposed to be like the evil, and
Ah.
he's just
Yeah,
really
that
annoying.
was a bit annoying.
Now.
I was like, that's unnecessary.
Now, okay, I disagree because the thing that's weird is like Star Wars ain't really got much funny moments in it. But I actually thought that there were a fair few laugh out loud moments for me in that.
The
And
best thing about the whole film was when the iron came down. When you thought it was a spaceship landing and it was an iron.
oh my god, I didn't even clock that in the cinema. I remember thinking, look, that looks like an iron. And then
Yeah,
it was like,
it was
it
an
is a
iron.
spaceship, and now they're going to cut to someone ironing. I was like, oh, that's random because I just thought that looked like an iron, but it was actually a shot
That's
underneath the
quite
iron.
funny.
Very good.
Very good.
Also, there was little things, like when Luke winks at C-3PO. That's a beautiful moment.
yeah, I enjoyed that. That was
And
nice.
Yeah,
Luke
that
had
was
a lot
quite
of funny
nice.
lines.
And it was nice to see R2D2 getting excited when he's bouncing around on the spot. That made me...
Yeah, it was. That was sweet. Did you cry then?
No, I didn't cry. Do you like BB-8, Bev?
Yeah, he's fine. But what I didn't like,
He's fun. I quite like him.
What I did-
He's not so gimmicky in this one as he was in the first
That's
one. He
true.
felt like he is quite fun. Like when he turned up on that ATST walker at the end and then on the spaceship he's flying around. I thought that was quite cool.
this is how you know Adam's
And he's
a real
got a bit.
fan.
Yes, he loves it.
He's got a lot of character. He's got a lot of character about him.
Well, yeah, but I think he's going to die
For a
in the
droid,
third
he's
one.
got. He's a droid. They'll just put him back together again.
This is true. Do you know what the big problem is with this film and any sort of fantasy story, though? Is that always, and you know it when you're watching it, and I can never get it out of my head, you know the bad guys aren't going to win.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know, whatever danger these people are in, maybe one or two characters will die along the way, but you know at the end the bad guy's going to lose. And that's why
Disney, man.
that's why
It's
this
Disney.
Kylo Ren is not. It gives me nothing because he's a weak villain anyway.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah, but they might just turn him to the light side.
And
I'm
then have
hoping
no
that
villain.
there's going to be something in the third film that has been with us through Force Awakens and Last Jedi that we haven't realised, that shows that there is a bigger evil out there. Because Kylo Ren's not the one.
showed it. They showed it when they went to that casino planet. They were trying to make all the people who robbed the world look bad.
Oh yeah.
That was a bit like, okay, it's a nice message to lay, but this is Star Wars we're watching here. I didn't come to watch Star Wars. I watched Star Wars. I didn't come to learn about the world.
Yeah, but then you like Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One was good.
Rogue One's nothing like. Rogue One's boring as fuck. Rogue One.
It's not.
I think more happened in Rogue One.
It's shit. All it is just some boring war film about something we know the end to. That it's not even epic in scale. It's just like, well, we're going to go and get these blueprints.
I thought it was a brilliant story.
Do you know?
That is
Yeah,
the
but
story.
all this
We're gonna go and
film,
get
all
these
this film was about was, oh, we just got to try and get away from these people. They're tracking us. That was all the film.
Yeah.
That was the whole film. And it's
And if
like,
she told
and if
everyone the
everyone
plan-
they would have all got away.
It wouldn't have happened.
She couldn't risk telling people on the ship the plan in case it could
Why
leak
not?
out.
Yeah, but she should have told him, at least. That's all she needed to say was the one person. If she had told Poe Dameron, then he wouldn't have sent out his little search team, then they wouldn't have got caught, and then they wouldn't...
Of
and then he wouldn't
the
have solved the
fake code
plans.
breaker.
Okay. Yeah. So let me get this. So, alright. So, out of 10. Score out of 10 for this movie.
8 out of 10.
I'm going to go for an 8.
Yeah, I'll give it 8 as well. But you two seem
I
so
think we all
fucking harsh
agree,
on it.
but I'm just unsure about it at first. There was a lot of flaws, and that's what I'll keep focusing on, but then I look past the flaws.
Yeah.
It's good.
Compared,
I need to watch it
compared
again.
to Rogue One, which
If I
gets
watch it
what?
again.
Out of 10.
9 out of 10.
10.
So, come on now. And Force Awakens?
9.
Yeah, 9.
Right. Okay.
What about
I
The Phantom
disagree.
Menace? What would you give that?
Well, no, let's not talk about that shit.
We don't want to go there. Don't even
That's a
go
whole
there.
other thing. Let's leave that out of it. But this was good. This was good. You're thinking about the details. Imagine watching any of the original Star Wars trilogy fresh in the cinema,
Yeah.
and then coming out and thinking about it constantly. You would find so many things to pick apart.
Yeah.
What's
Well,
the last
like
one?
when all the dialogue in like A New Hope is terrible.
Yeah,
basically,
Episode
apart from-
6 is an awful, awful film. It's an awful film. You know that, right? It is.
It's not as good as the Empire Strikes Back is by far the best film,
Yeah, yeah. But all of this...
because that is like it hits so many nails on the head of that film. Like
why
it just keeps it.
Why do you like Star Wars so much, Adam?
He does love
I
it.
just do. I like it. There's so much about it. There's so many
So
cool
much
little
about
elements about it.
So much about it.
It's
That's
just
the
a
answer.
nice world to explore.
Yeah. You should write a book.
Listen,
There's so much about
I've
it.
found a new appreciation for Star Wars with these new films,
Yeah.
and that's it. The old films, it's like, yeah, I'll just watch them. That's it. I'm not going to be attached.
Yeah,
to
the
them.
only thing that the Phantom Menace just shows you why George Lucas shouldn't
Yeah,
be
and
in charge of
the 1, 2, and
films.
3, I'm not even going to watch them ever again.
No. Certainly not.
No.
But this trilogy is doing well. I'm excited to see who the next director is for the next one, to see what sort of feed
It's
it would get.
JJ. JJ is back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
Because they had a
good.
director, and it was the guy. Was it the guy who did Jurassic World? And then he pulled out, or they had like different views or something like that.
Thank God for
And then he
that.
pulled out, and then they put JJ Abrams.
Why did they get rid of JJ for this one?
Because they were going to do like 3 different directors, like to do everything, but I think because the guy pulled out, they needed to find somebody quick, and he had a lot to do with this film,
Yeah.
with the writing of the film, so they put him back on that one as a quick alternative to keep it moving.
Well, they've kind of given him a blank slate, really. So
What did we think of, what's her name from Game of Thrones, who played the Crone? thingy.
She could have been a lot better character across both films as well.
Yeah,
There
they
was so
killed her
much
off a
more
bit too
potential
easily.
with her.
They did kill her off too quickly.
It,
They did kill her off too quickly.
She just had to look the wrong way and then get pushed over a cliff.
I know.
when we were in the cinema,
Yeah.
do you know the bit where Ren and Rey are fighting and they're attacking all those guys dressed in red?
Ren and Rey? Which one's Ren?
Yeah. Kylo Ren.
Oh, Kylo. Yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, do you know when they're fighting off all those people in red?
Yeah.
Do you know the bit at the end where he puts a lightsaber through the
Through
guy's,
the guy's
face?
face, yeah.
Someone clapped.
No.
Yeah, they did.
That's cringe. That is cringe.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
I don't think you should clap in cinema. There's no one there. It's not like the theatre, but all the performers are there. There's
They're
no one
bowing.
there. You're just clapping yourself that you bought a ticket to a good film. That's what you're doing.
Kylo Ren turned to the screen and gave a little bow.
You go about. So thank you very much. I'll try and be a better villain in the next film. I also knew that even during that fight, I was thinking, well, no, he's not turned to the good side here. He wants to be the new emperor. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, yeah. So they
did?
better make him a bit better
Yes.
because he's not good enough.
Yeah, there's too many flaws.
I feel like I had something massive to say that we're not talking about. The thoughts on... Oh, yeah, Luke Skywalker. You thought that he should have actually died proper.
Yes.
Like, actually being slaughtered.
No. He shouldn't have been slaughtered. He should have disappeared like Obi-Wan did, where he got sliced with this lightsaber, but then his clothes dropped.
Yeah, but they couldn't do that again.
Yeah, of course they could.
No, that would have been too much. They pushed the boundaries of Force Awakens and A New Hope as too many similarities.
Yeah.
That's what
We
people
can't-
love.
And I feel like the only reason they mentioned it was a salt planet is so everybody didn't think they were back on Hoth and they were just doing another fight.
Oh my
or
god,
something.
that's what I was going to say, right? That's the bit that I hated.
Why?
Because it was so obvious. It was like, oh, he's walking out. Oh, why is his footprints going red? Oh, then someone goes, oh, it's salt. Just so the
Yeah,
audience
I know,
know.
but I feel like it's obvious for most people, but there's a lot of people that go to see it and they don't want to think about that stuff. That's what you do with Star Wars. You can watch it and not have to think about it too much, and that's what that element brought to it.
I did not get why it was red, and also, this is how stupid I am. When
Because,
the guy
Ben,
licked
it was
I
salt.
thought, he's licking the blood. And
Yeah.
then he goes, salt. And I'm like, there's salt on the bottom of his shoes. What? I don't get it. And I still don't. Why did they have to draw attention to the fact that there was salt on the floor?
Don't think they wanted people to think it was back on Hoth and think it was snow.
What's Hoth?
Do you know the beginning of the film, The Empire Strikes Back?
Yes. Oh,
And they had
right.
the
Okay.
snow
I
base.
see. Yeah. I didn't for 1 minute think it was there.
They literally just did it in a location where it would look good when the spaceships were flying and all the salt was flying up red.
To be fair though, it looked good, and that's what Star Wars is about. It's like these epic space battles,
Yes.
and it looks epic.
Yeah.
And it did look cool.
It did. It did.
Like, one of my favourite parts of the film was when she went into hyperspace and she went through that spaceship and everything went silent.
That was awesome.
And you were
Yeah,
just
that was
watching it
so good.
explode. And I thought, okay, that's proper
She
now.
redeemed
That was
herself.
so good.
So good.
Bitch.
And the sound just dropped out when that happened
Yeah.
for like 5 to 10
And that's what, like,
seconds.
those bits in red are like. It doesn't detract from the film. It makes it look better. It's not like a cheap gimmick. It makes it actually adds to this film.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I did think the film was going to end about 4 points before it actually ended as well.
Exactly.
Like
the
when
same.
Luke Skywalker walked out in front of all those 80
Wouldn't you have
walkers,
loved it to end there?
I thought, okay, now that's like, this keeps me on the edge of the seat. It gives a bit of excitement,
Yeah.
but they kind of killed everything off.
I know. I will agree with that. Yes, that is true.
But I would have been a bit annoyed at the end because I felt like they just made it too talkative the whole film then.
Yeah.
When Finn was there saying, we got to wait for them to come and help us, I thought it was going to end then. And then Luke came, and I thought it was going to end then. And then
Yeah.
I thought it was going to
Yeah.
end when he was standing in
And
front
then
of
it-
everyone.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I thought it was going to end when they went off with the Millennium Falcon and they went back to that little kid.
It would have been more
And then it
epic
did
if it
end.
ended with Luke facing the
Yeah.
whole army.
I quite like the bit when Finn said to them, he goes, "Oh, they do hate that ship, don't they?" I thought, yeah, that's quite funny.
Yeah, that is. But you know, like whether you like it or not, the whole thing is sort of set up to be like, well, we're looking to the new generation now because it's significant that Luke is dead. So, Rey.
Yeah, they
will
didn't want
step
to
in.
take any more risks, did they? Basically,
Exactly.
with character.
Rey is going to be the
actors
new
dying.
Luke. She's a child. Ren is going to be the new Snoke. He's a child. You're seeing the children at the end. The final. They make a point of making sure the final thing you see is a child. doing Resistance.
Yeah.
It's about
Or,
it's a new
do
generation.
you know what it could
now.
be?
True.
Ren could lose his shit and go like Anakin level and like just fuck off all the children, all the Jedi
That would
children.
be great. I would if it did that. I'd be like, kudos to Star Wars.
Okay, this guy is savage now. This guy is
Never
savage.
gonna do it
Yeah.
because
Like,
it's Disney.
I know,
like
it
all
is
the people
Disney.
before him are all like, oh, they don't give a shit about anything, and all that kind of crap. They're like, they take no prisoners.
Yeah.
I know Darth Vader did it until like the very end when he turned back, which was quite cool. But yeah.
I know it's all. I always, whenever I'm watching Star Wars, though, I'm always looking for Darth Vader. So it's always sad whenever you don't get an appearance from him. I know he can't appear, but part of me just thought, you know, when you see in Force Awakens his crushed mask,
Helmet.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, is there some way? Is there some way? But even if he did come back, he was like all turned by the end.
Maybe
anyway.
like I was thinking like at one point it's not very important, but Snoke could be Anakin. Like they could have used the whole reveal of Darth Vader. Like he's really pale. His face
Were
is
you
all messed up.
hoping? Were you hoping that's what the case was?
Even though he's
Killed
not,
that
even though he
chance, now,
died.
haven't
But
I know they have, unless Snoke is not really dead.
What they didn't just chop him in half.
Chopped him in half, but he wasn't like.
yeah,
a
but he
human,
could have been
was
another hologram, a hologram of a hologram.
Oh god.
Oh, they just hologrammed him.
It did feel like, because you know this director, you know the director of this, he did like several Breaking Bads, and the break.
Yeah, he did Ozymandias, didn't he?
Yeah,
The
he
best
did like the
Breaking
best
Bad.
ones, and also the one you hate.
And The Fly.
Yeah, so he did your
I quite like
favourite
The Fly
and
now.
worst
I didn't
one.
like it at first. I didn't like it
I
at
always
first, but I
liked it.
appreciate The Fly afterwards. Now I kind of like, okay, that is quite nice.
Have you seen Looper?
Yes.
Yes, with one with
Great film.
Joseph. What's
yeah,
his name?
very good. But you can
Yeah.
even see in that the little trends that he's put into this Star Wars film, because that whole thing is like, oh, which way is this kid gonna go? He could go good, he could go bad. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Just one turning moment could make all the difference, and that's exactly what the thing was with Kylo Ren in this.
Yeah.
Just not done very well.
Yeah. True. Well, at least they put the porgs in it anyway.
The porgs were in it. that's
They
the main thing.
saved it. Yeah, they saved the show.
So if you had to pick something now, like they got one movie left, what would you want to see? What would be the redeeming thing they could do with this final movie that makes you think, okay, good?
I don't know. Ren needs some kind of Kylo Ren needs to like get dropped out. I think he needs to go proper bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they need to make him.
I
Proper
said like
evil.
killing
Yeah.
the children kind of bad. Like just no shit's given, and then they need to bring back Darth Maul because Darth Maul was actually a really good character.
He was chopped
and
in
he was
half as
very
well.
Using a shit film. Yeah, but he comes back, doesn't he, with spider legs? And General Grievous needs to come back as well because General Grievous was a great character as well.
Yeah, I did like him.
General Grievous was cool when they just like killed him off straight away.
His little
I don't know.
quadruple
I don't know
arms,
what you're talking
quadruple
about.
armed robot with 4 lightsabers.
You know General Grievous, the forearms.
Oh right. Oh yeah. That's too
Yeah,
fan
Ben hates it.
detail for me.
He was in the third film. Obi-Wan fucked him up in about a second.
I forget about that.
Yeah, nobody cares about the trilogy anyway. Let's
No,
forget about
cut-
that.
Yeah, but
cut that out.
it did get better. That one was quite a good film.
Joe Pesci over there still having a great time.
I'm having a
listening to us.
great time.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, I think we're all pretty much on the same page. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you liked it so much.
You seem
I'm
to have liked it
surprised
more
that
than
you
us.
were criticising it so much.
I know. I just kind of came out and I just saw a lot of negative straight
But
away.
see, okay, there you go. But I see that because you're a massive fan, and I'm not a massive fan. So for me, it's not like they could really fuck it up too much. So for me, I just went
like
and
I
it's like
had
that's a
quite
good
high
film.
expectations.
Exactly.
And especially at the beginning scene, I thought the beginning scene, like when he's going around and he's destroying this shit.
That was
I'm
awesome,
like,
right?
yes, this is good.
Yeah.
And then that wing comes along and it blows up one of them, and you're like, oh no, look at that! The last scene,
Yeah.
that was all really good. And I thought, yeah, this is a great opening for a film.
It was.
Like they can't really fuck it up.
All
too much
those
from
bombs
here.
being
Kind of-
dropped like that was good.
Yeah, it looked like a great spectacle.
Yeah,
It
it
started
very much
should be
did.
like a great space battle.
Yeah.
Whereas they kind of
There was one thing
Yeah,
from that
lost
beginning
that
scene
bit of-
actually that I thought as soon as I watched it. So they had the big ship that the rebels were on, right? And
Yeah.
the ship they were trying to drop the bombs on was trying to aim at it
Yeah.
and shoot it down, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But they were like, "Quick, we got to stop it from shooting it."
Yeah.
What about all the other ships? Why couldn't they shoot it?
What do you mean?
All the other ships that were there,
Yeah.
that General Hux was controlling. Why couldn't
Yeah,
they
because
shoot
they're not
it?
as powerful as that one. That one was the big The Star Destroyers, they're not that powerful. That one there had a massive cannon in it. They could
They all look the same to
destroy
me.
planets and stuff.
There you go. Adam's got the knowledge.
They all look
You
the
need-
same.
You need to be a Star Wars fan with that knowledge.
I'm so sorry. I should have read the manual.
Yeah, so
You
it like
should have read the manual.
needs to be. Yeah, no, they're not as powerful as that one.
No, I'm very sorry
And also
about
the
that,
bit I
Adam.
didn't
I
get
apologise.
is why the hell was when Finn was driving that spaceship, didn't it just like fall to shit?
Yeah, probably
Which
would
one's
have done.
Finn? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Probably would have done.
and wasn't that the worst kiss of all time?
Yes.
Between Finn and Rose.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I tell you what, I kind of was hoping that the two of them would have a romantic hookup because I don't want him to hook up with. Okay, let me tell you this. This is my other thing that I really hate, or hated a lot in Force Awakens, less so in this one. Is Daisy Ridley as
Why?
Rey, because she kind of reminds me too much of Keira Knightley, like acting with the teeth.
Yeah, I see where you're coming
acting
from.
with the teeth.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very over the top. She toned it down in this one. She did tone it down, but I kind of don't want her and Finn to be like the new Han and whatever her name is, Leia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
that, but I think that's obviously where they're going to go with it. Unless Rey hooks up with this Poe, which she may do. But
Well,
Poe's definitely going to die in the next film.
There's no
You know
kind
that,
of
right?
insinuation that that's going to happen though.
There is. It's all in the subtext.
They're touching off screen.
There was lots of bottles of lubrication in the background of one
Yes.
scene. when they
Oh,
were in it
sorry,
together.
I missed those. Like I missed that massive gun on that ship was the only one.
I know. You should have read the manual.
Did you like Felicity Jones though in Rogue One?
No, and actually, it made me appreciate Daisy Ridley more because I was like, at least Daisy Ridley's having fun. Like Felicity Jones was just like, it was like she didn't even
She
want to
did
be
look a
in the
bit
film.
miserable.
Yeah.
It's like she knows she was going to die from the beginning.
I know, but I really did not care for that film, man.
Yeah,
Rogue One.
I liked it though.
It was not the one. It was not the kiddie. But the thing that was nice was that they all went to the Maldives for the final third of the film.
Beautiful. Just for a little
That's what it
crew
was. It's
holiday.
like, oh yeah, we're not making a Star Wars film anymore. We've decided we're just going to do a war film in the Maldives. That's what it was. Ridiculous nonsense.
Ridiculous.
Quite stupendous, really.
Yes. Well,
Right, that was a nice little talk then.
And we're all on the same page. So that's good.
Beautiful.
That's rare. It hasn't set up the podcast very well for the fact that we always argue about films, but generally we're on the same page.
it's true. We do argue.
What
quite
film
a
are we
lot.
going to watch next? I think we should watch Justice. I think we should go for Justice League.
Well, that's already out, though.
Yeah, but you haven't seen it, and you could hate it.
I will
He
hate
will
it.
hate it
I will
so
hate it.
much.
And it'll be you and Paul arguing about Justice League.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What did you think? I know, but we're not talking
Well, you
about
can't tell.
that
We're
film
doing a podcast on it.
now. Yeah, maybe. That you couldn't pay your horses to drag
What film
you
should we
there.
do back then? What about The Disaster Artist? There's not much to discuss
No,
there.
because I'm going to go and see that in like a week. Well, we can still do the review of it, though, if you want.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Who knows?
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what
I've
happens.
had much
You haven't
fun
got
doing
anything
this.
Yes,
planned
we
yet,
have.
so-
All our listeners, you can get in touch with us at FilmBusters Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or you can email us at filmbusters@outlook.com and send us all your letters, and we can answer them next time because you'll most likely get on because this is our first show.
And no one else is listening.
And no one
so
else
you
is
may as well do
listening.
it.
Alright.
This will be, though, but in years when we're super rich and famous podcasters,
Of course.
and all our thousands of fans want to go, let's listen to the first podcast they ever did, they'll listen to this.
And they'll be
So
crying.
here's a message to the future selves. Go fuck yourselves.
Beautiful.
There's nothing nice about that, or funny.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to end every podcast by telling everyone to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
Boomer lives.
Boomer lives.
I was thinking about last comment. Have we passed the deadline? No, let me say this. I was reminded so much of Battlestar Galactica in this one.
Why?
There
Is
were
that why you
lots of
liked it?
visual cues. It looked to me like a lot of. If I'd watched an episode of Battlestar Galactica on the big screen, it would have looked a bit like this.
Is that why you loved it so much?
Maybe.
Well,
I saw Captain Adama falling over the table in one of the scenes, and I was like, I'm on this. I'm with it.
Beautiful.
Anyway.
FilmBusters.